Hi guys, I'm back. Okay, so today I am totally exhausted and I have like 3 more assignments I need to complete, but I decided I needed to take a break. So I'm going to start my assignments a little bit later and just take a break and relax and just do something to change the energy. Hi guys, thanks for joining. One second here, let me just open up the chat box. How are you guys doing? I wanted to do some, hold on. Today I'm going to do a psychic reading. Let me just do something. Hi, Changing Lanes. Hi, G. Thanks for joining. Okay, so today I wanted to do something. I wanted to do a psychic reading on what's going on with Meghan Markle, and this whole scandal in the media and stuff like that. Um, and just give some context to it, because I was like following it, and the only reason why I began to follow it is because, you know, she's a quadroon, okay, meaning that she has a quarter black blood in her. And that is very significant when you're married into, I mean, very high up in the power structure that controls this planet. And what's taking place in the news right now is very unfair. Okay, it's very, very unfair to her. And I think it's very biased. And I think personally, what they're doing, her and her sister-in-law, Kate Middleton, and what's taking place. I want to give like a quick psychic reading on that. And then I'm going to go into some what I see coming in 2019 and what I think people should do, and something that I'd like to do on New Year's Eve. And it's something that I've been doing for a long time. And what I do on New Year's Eve is I basically, before I go into the following year, I spiritually go into the following year and dismantle a lot of evil before the year comes. But let me focus on this. Let me focus on this Meghan. Really reading the media, you know, with her, but so far there's been a lot of scandal, like, you know, Harry and Meghan, okay, which is where the former king, the abdicated king, King Edward, and Wallace Simpson was living, which is where they're buried. And if you understand these, the monarchies, they speak in symbolism, okay? They don't publicly come out, they rarely publicly come out and make statements, you know? Like when we have an issue, we would publicly say something, okay? That's not how they operate, because they understand that power is wielded behind the scenes. So when they do something, it's not what they say, it's what they do. So you have to pay attention to what they do, and you have to pay attention to the symbolism of what they do, okay? And the monarchy came out and said, look, there is no feud between Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle. However, I, on the other hand, think there's something going on. There's definitely something going on, but I think it's also unfair the way coming after Meghan Markle. And I'm going to say this, and it's going to upset a lot of people, but frankly, I don't care, because it is what it is. You understand? It's going to upset a lot of people because it's going to strike at the heart of how a lot of people think. And a lot of people did not want her to marry Prince Harry because she is a quadroon. There is no two ways about it. She is a quadroon, and the first one in 200 years. Okay? And there's a lot of people who, don't know the truth about the monarchies in Europe, and the fact that the monarchies in Europe have a lot of black blood. Number two, when they do find out, even when they see the coat of arms, even when they see illustrations, even when they see paintings and drawings, they try to find a way to say it's not what they're seeing. Because it dismantles, hi Lisa, it dismantles some of the lies that they've been programmed to believe. So let's go into this thing really quickly and what I'm seeing going on around Meghan Markle. Do I think Meghan Markle is innocent? No! You kidding me? I think Meghan Markle is like any California girl. And any California girl that's in entertainment and the media and the public. Much the same like Kate Middleton. Okay? When Kate Middleton knew that Prince William was going to the same school that she was going to, she made sure and positioned herself. She made sure and positioned herself in the best position as possible for him to choose her. She did it. So why is it when Meghan Markle does the same thing that Kate Middleton did, she gets railroaded for it? It's the same thing Kate Middleton did. And Kate Middleton did it for how many years? Even when Prince William publicly, just a public move to deflect away from them, but even he said, he even went public and said, she's not the one. But that could have been a public move to get the media speculation off of them, because you all know the paparazzi in Europe is like, if you think the American media is savage, they're on a whole other level of savagery. No, I just started talking. I haven't even gotten into the meat of anything. Okay? So what I noticed is that Kate Middleton gets a pass, but Meghan Markle gets railroaded. Kate Middleton positioned herself, okay, and that's what she wanted. So she positioned herself in the best possible way to get Prince William, and she got him. So why is it when Meghan Markle does it, she's a gold digger? You see the hypocrisy? You see the blatant hypocrisy? And it has to do with the fact that she's a quadroon. Well, that's what they call them. They classify her as a quadroon, meaning she's a quarter black. Kate Middleton waited how many years? Was it something like 11 years? Like, what woman in the 21st century is waiting on a guy for 11 years? Or 7 years? Or some ridiculous amount of time? Prince Harry, he was 7 years. 11 years. Or however many years it was. No one brings up that. No one humiliates her for that. But Meghan Markle, Kate Middleton was modeling, okay? Modeling, and you have pictures of her in a bikini, okay, which is what, like, oh my God, this is not royal protocol. This is not royal material. You have pictures of Kate Middleton. Believe me, I don't have any bones with Kate Middleton. I don't have any bones with Meghan Markle. What I'm trying to show here is the blatant and utter hypocrisy and the duality. What they're trying to do, what the media is trying to do, is they are trying to put a schism between, and I'm telling you guys this, it's not that I am racist. I am telling you what they're doing to put into the minds of the infected racist people so that they will hate and by proxy hate Black people. I am showing you the agenda so you don't fall for it. So you understand what's going on. And much of it has to do with fucking hypocrisy. So let me show you. And I'm not saying I'm racist. I'm not saying you're racist. I'm not saying you think like this. I am saying this is what they're doing. And you have to be able to see it for what it is. Kate Middleton, before she married Prince William, was modeling. There are pictures of her in this hideous fishnet. I mean, I don't even know if you call that fashion, but it was just beyond hideous. But anyway, she modeled in it. And she had on this bikini underneath, and she had on this fishnet hideous outfit on with like this, her hair like strung up or whatever, in a bikini. No one stops to say, this is not royal material. But Meghan Markle, if she wears something, if she sits a certain way, if she does anything, it's not royal, it's not royal behavior. You see the hypocrisy? You see the hypocrisy? And why are they doing this? Because it's a racist agenda. So let's go back to the issue, and I want to make this quick about the issue of what's going on right now. Do I think there's an internal schism? Yes, but I think, and I listen to a lot of psychics and how they interpret this, and they all blame Meghan Markle. And they're all wrong. They're all wrong. And why do I say they're all wrong? I say, first of all, when you're reading something, you have to remove your bias, okay? And you have to understand there are no investigative journalists today, okay? Journalists today put out what their editors want them to put out. And those newspapers are controlled by the same people Kate Middleton is married into and Meghan Markle is married into. If they're not owned by them, they're controlled by them, right? So you have to understand reading something about any of these people, whether it be partially true or whether it be a lie, you have to understand who owns what you're reading. Was there any investigative journalism going on? More than likely, no, because investigative journalism died with Gary Webb. Gary Webb was the last investigative journalist that was alive. He committed suicide by shooting himself with 2 bullets in the back of his head. Okay, so when you're looking at this situation with Kate Middleton and Meghan Markle, the correct perspective to see this, what's going on, is there a schism? Yes, there is. Is there an internal schism? Yes, there is. Why? You're dealing with someone who's not born in England, someone who's not raised a royal. She is a liberal feminist from California, marrying into a dynasty that is so conservative, that is ultra religious. They go to church on Sundays, that once controlled 80% of the planet at the height of its power. And when they controlled 80% of the planet at the height of its power, the planet was in slavery. Don't forget, America had a war with these people. But it's ironic that no one talks about that, but portrays Meghan Markle like a gold digger. I'm like, are you crazy? You really believe the royal family that control India, that plundered them of their wealth, okay, that controlled the Caribbean and plundered them of their wealth and enslaved people? You really believe you can go dig in that kind of family? You're an idiot. Now, what do I think is going on with Meghan Markle? Here's what I think. When I look at people around her, okay, the moment Prince Harry married her or chose her, the first thing I did was I didn't look at them. I looked at the people around them. The brass hierarchy was not happy. For whatever reason, the brass hierarchy was not married. Could it be she was divorced? Could it be she was a quadroon? Could it be she wasn't close to her family? The brass hierarchy was not happy. And who are the brass hierarchy? The staff in the palace and the politicians. I saw both men and women. Some of them, I question whether they're truly women, but I looked at the faces of the men when she came around them, and I looked at the faces and the body language of the women. The brass hierarchy was not happy, whatever that meant. They did not like her. And I said to myself, I said, if this is what this girl is going into, I said, she's going to have it very, very tough. Then you look at the historical context of how these people view people of darker complexions. I'm not saying how you and I think, because you and I work on our issues. These people believe in the divine right to rule based on the paleness of their human skin. I'm not saying you think like that. I'm not saying I think like that. I'm saying they think like that. They believe that the paleness of their skin in human form and the purity of their bloodline gives them the right to rule. So someone who's coming in there with part black blood that hasn't been in there for 200 years, many are not going to like. This is what she walked into. And this is what people understanding. So from the back, there's going to be problems. Am I saying Meghan Markle is innocent in all of this? No. Am I saying, okay, I'm going to answer all your questions after, okay? Am I saying Meghan Markle is innocent and hasn't pushed back? No, I think she's pushed back, but they push back even harder. What I'm saying is, understand what you walked into, okay? Then we look at the order of the hierarchy. When you are a blood-born princess, there are rules of submission. Even Diana, who was married into it, okay, Diana wasn't blood-born. Diana was blood-born nobility or aristocracy, but she wasn't blood-born royalty, even though it was in her bloodline, okay? Even Diana had to follow this order of the hierarchy. And the order of the Royal British hierarchy, curtsy and submit, curtsy and submit according to the order of the royal hierarchy. What does that mean? If you are a blood-born princess, okay, for example, the queen, so that would be the first person you curtsy and submit to. Then it would be, I'm talking about the females now. We already know, we know how the males go, but we're talking about the females. Then it would be Princess Anne, Queen's daughter. Then it would be Kate, okay, right in. Okay, so she's third. It would be Kate, even though she's third in line for the throne, in order of blood-born princesses and curtsy and submission. You don't just curtsy to them, you have to submit. No one is talking about this. So, Queen and Kate, then Andrew's daughters, then Meghan Markle. This is how it works. You don't just curtsy to the blood-born princesses, you also have to submit. Now, what if you walk into an environment where they're treating you like shit? You still have to curtsy and you still have to submit. Rules. Not only that, you also have to remember the palace servants have favorites, and they also follow the order of hierarchy. And they all report back to whoever they need to report back to. And Meghan Markle coming in there as a quadroon, ruffled in the blood-born princesses, those who serve in the palace. Those not wanting to will not like her because she's not British born. Even though most of the Caucasians in the United States, well, the older families, they came out of England. They don't care. They lost the war to the United States. You understand? Some of them are not going to like her because she's not British born. Some of them are not going to like her because she's a feminist. Some of them are not going to like her because the American spirit is not the same as the English spirit. I've lived in England. Okay? And English people have this very peculiar way of speaking like Shakespeare. America is very much like, I tell you exactly what I think, and you're like, okay, I know where they stand. Not in England. Not in England. They have this false sense of humility where there's an innuendo and you have to try to figure it out. Like they would be, like, for example, let's say you want to do something. They will tell you, oh, yes, 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 it's fine. And then when you do it, you get an attitude and you're like, but he told me it was fine. There's cultural differences, severe cultural differences in English culture. And this is not just British culture, this is high British culture and American culture. Meghan Markle is a liberal, feminist, headstrong, independent woman from California, independent woman from New York. Okay, she is an independent Californian woman. They are a whole level of liberal. Okay, they are liberal to the wazoo. Okay, going into a very archaic, staunch, non-breaking of protocol type family that controls practically everything on the planet. Don't forget that I think it's like the Queen owns like over 3 million acres of land on this planet. Do you understand what this woman is about? You know, but everyone glosses over the fact that this family, this royal family, is not a cherry pie in the sky. They did not stay powerful and a royal family by being oodles and noodles and sweet. They are a ruthless bunch. And that is just the way they have maintained power. So when you understand what's going on in the news with Meghan Markle, you have to take it. You also have to take into consideration Diana. Diana was born, bred, raised, and married into it. And when they were done with her, she ended up with bulimia and halfway crazy. To the point where she was just like, where she was getting beaten up publicly and beaten up privately, that she was like, I have to get this out into the media. And then when she published that book, okay, by that author, it was a death knell to her because you don't break royal protocol. You are a senior member in the royal family, don't go to the media and tell them your private issues. It sealed her fate. No one is looking at that. No one is looking at the fact that Fergie, who, you know, was lucky she's still alive, well, in this royal family. Think about that. But everyone is blaming Meghan Markle. Just the same, it's the same thing in the media, two separate issues. Everyone blames Trump. And I said, let me tell you something. Even Hitler was smart enough to have allies. Because you can't be 100% wicked to everyone around you, that you don't have people watching out for your interest. Even an evil man is wise enough to say, I got to be good to someone. Because your own Bible tells you, what is a king without servants? You understand? So wisdom tells you, even when you're evil, you still got to be good to some people because you want those people to be loyal to you. So now you see all this bullshit in the media where everything is Meghan's fault, and I'm going to go into it. Let me tell you what's going on. I'll tell you what I think is going on. Without saying too much, I'll say this. I have gotten very close. I mean, I've been very close to money. Okay? That money is one thing. It's a power energy by itself. But I've gotten very close to power. And I'll tell you two things about power that I've learned. One, it's not human. Two, it's not for me. And I'll tell you this, from the little I observed about power, and she's with power, she's with both. From the little I observed about power, A, it's not human. B, I don't want to get close to it. Is that there are rules for everything. And I think this is what's happening. There are rituals to being famous in Hollywood. And I'm going to use my speech wisely. Hear what I'm saying, people. There are rituals to be famous in Hollywood. And then there are rituals to being in a royal family. Some of those rituals might be different. But I'll say this, the royal family is more powerful than Hollywood. So here's what I think is going on. I think going in, she did not know what she was up against. She didn't carefully listen to Harry because Harry warned her on multiple occasions. He said, I'm warning, and she goes, no, 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 no. And I watched when they were engaged and Harry was like, I'm warning you. It's not going to be easy. And she said, no, I can take care of it. And I'm like, this girl is not listening. And he warned her twice. And it went in one ear and out the next. What he was warning her about, no one knows. But when you transform a normal public citizen to a member of the royal family, there are rituals. Some would call it processes, but there are rituals to go from being a public person to a royal family member. And some of those rituals will be one of the first things you started seeing was that her family invited. You think surprise? The second thing you saw was before she even got pregnant, the news media put out an article and told you that the people who have rights to the children was the queen. So they're telling you the second phase, the family wasn't invited. And some would say it's Meghan that's doing this. Whatever, I'm just saying the process. The second was that they told you that the firm, the royal firm, has 100% rights to the children. And now third, you're seeing them turn against her. What did Diana say? For all those who think everything is Meghan Markle's fault, what did Diana say? Diana said, they loved me and treated me like a queen until after the honeymoon. That's what Diana said. I'm not comparing Meghan to Diana. I'm just saying what Diana said. Diana said, they loved me. They treated me so well. I was treated wonderfully. And as soon as the honeymoon was over, she was like, that was it. Okay? And never forget what Diana went through. Okay? And that's what I think Meghan is going through. The rituals. Whatever that means. And these people control the media. Now, the issue with Meghan Markle is Meghan Markle is a California girl. She's independent, and she's this American Western woman. Okay? Most countries outside of the United States do not give women the same kind of liberties that women have in the United States. And England is one of them. I lived there, so I would know. Most countries outside the United States do not give women the equal rights like the United States. Some countries are far worse, some countries are maybe similar, and some countries are borderline. England is one of those countries where women do not have equal rights like the amount of liberties that women have. They have freedom, they have liberties, but not to the extent that women have it here. And especially not to the extent like in California, where it's like radical liberalism. Okay? So she's going into this radical liberal mindset. In this staunch, hi Amar, in this staunch, very traditional, ritualistic bloodline, thinking that she could modernize it. And the Iron Curtain came down. Okay? Last and finally, I think something happened between her and Kate. Personally, I think it's something that has to do with that internal struggle, that order of hierarchy, where Kate is third in line to the throne, her children, Kate is in line for the throne, and then her children are in direct line. I think that there is some schism there with that. I think the media will never blame Kate. They will never blame Kate. Even if she was responsible, she will never be blamed because she's in direct line to the throne. I think there's a schism there between Meghan and Harry getting more attention. And it's not just the order of the hierarchy, it's the order of the publicity. Because people are going more crazy and Harry and Meghan, H&M, than they are for Kate and William. And I think that poses problems. Okay? Like for me personally, I don't tune in to see William and Kate. There are people who love it. I just think they're bland and boring. I tune in to see Meghan and Harry because they're young, they're vibrant, they're fresh, they're this and they're that. If I watch them, I mean, I don't follow them all the time, but I really don't tune in to see Kate and William. I'm just like, it's like bread and butter to me, you know, boring. And Harry and Meghan revived, I'm telling you this, revived that staunch, dying, archaic monarchy. And they have people who would never even care about being royal followers, following the royal family. And it's bringing them a lot of money. Everything Meghan wears gets sold out. And there's no one dying to dress, dying to look like Kate. This causes problems. This causes problems. And whether those problems are addressed overtly, which they can't be addressed, you can't tell the public who to like and who to choose, you know, but it causes problems. Because the order of the hierarchy goes, Kate should have more public attention than Meghan. And what's happening is Meghan is getting more attention. That causes problems. And the issue, I think, with Meghan is this. Meghan is dealing with a lot of saboteurs. And you're only going to hear this from me. Remember, I'm the first person to tell you this. There's two things around Harry and Meghan right now in terms of danger. Okay? Poisoning for Meghan. She has to be very careful where she eats from and who she eats from. Poisoning. And attempted assassination. Okay? This is what, and I think Meghan and Harry should fall back. It doesn't matter what your fans think. It doesn't matter what your fans want. Your life and your safety is more important than what the hell the news media wants to print and make money off of. And what the hell your fans think. And she's pregnant. I don't believe it's a fake bump. I don't believe it's a fake bump. I just don't. Okay? I am concerned if it's twins, but Meghan Markle, let me put it this way. There were attempts to poison her. I'm not going to go into too much detail spiritually about what I think about that. Think about it. If she's pregnant and someone's attempting to poison you, what do you think they're trying to do? Can anyone guess? Can anyone guess if you're a pregnant woman and someone's attempting to poison you? Can you guess what they're trying to do? Okay? So all I will say is this. She has to be very careful who she's eating from. Because I will say this. It's been more than once. I'll just leave it like that. The second thing is that they're very nervous. They're very nervous. And if you read their energy, there's a lot of nervous energy around them because there's attempted assassination on both of them. Okay? So, what will I say about this? I think that there are people, I think that the IRS going after Meghan Markle was someone who contacted the IRS and sicked the IRS on Meghan Markle. I'm telling you, these people don't play nice. They're dirty. And I'm not going to say whether it's her family side because they're jealous or whether it's inside or whether whatever. All I'm saying is this. Meghan Markle is in fact pregnant. I'm going to put my words like this. She has to be careful of what she eats due to poisoning. Because twice, and many of you are saying, how the hell is she so damn skinny? Be careful what the hell you eat. Because she got pregnant and ended up skinnier. Okay? Poisoning. Okay? These people play dirty. Okay? And if they don't want quadroons or octoroons or mulattas or blacks or whatever the hell million gazillion names they give them in their bloodline, they play dirty. Because if Diana was blonde-haired and blue-eyed and they figure it out. The next thing is there's an attempted assassination on Meghan. Particularly at Harry. But it's on Meghan. You think these people are joking when they're racists? Okay? Here's my advice to her. Tone it down. You've learned that you have no allies in that palace. That's okay. That's okay. The Queen is not going to listen to you over her blood kin. That's okay. The most important thing you need to do is like Fergie and stay alive. Don't be stupid like Diana and end up in a tunnel hitting a third guardrail and then getting snuffed off the car and then buried. Okay? Tone it down. Number 2. the people who are provoking you to react, you have to find a way to deal with them civilly so that they don't, when you react, they don't leak it to the media and blame you and then get a salacious story going. Because they'll use passive aggressive behavior. But you, the kind of fiery personality, she's fiery, Harry's fiery. That's why the two of them love each other. Instead of one is fiery and one is water, you got two fiery headed, fiery people. But they like each other. But she's very more level headed than Harry. Okay? Harry gets into, you could tell that Harry has a serious temper issue. She's very level headed. She's fiery. Well, she'll push back. And what I'm saying is this: you can't push back with these kinds of people. And especially when you marry into it. You can't be more evil than them because they're masters at being evil. You can't be more ruthless than them. They've been in power for how many years? Thousands of years. They've mastered the art of evil. You don't control what the media says about you. And these people, if they want the media to think that you're a demon, the media will make sure the public thinks you're a demon. If they want the media to make the public think you're a saint, they'll make the saint. Lay low. My advice to her is you got to figure out a way to deal with aggressive behavior of the people that surround you, the saboteurs that are sent to sabotage you. You have to deal with your reactionary spirit, okay? Because they will do things to elicit a reaction from you. And then when you react and you fire back at them, they run crying or they quit, and then you get blamed as Godzilla or the angry black woman or the angry quadroon. Okay? The second thing Megan needs to deal with, and I'm saying this because her life is in danger. Did I stutter? You see how quickly they're ready to kill her? I am saying this because her life is in danger. Okay? And they've already poisoned the minds of the public, especially the people who have undealt with racist biases, because those undealt with racist biases, sometimes they're programmed so deep into a person's psyche that the person doesn't even realize that the position they have is in fact racist. And that's most of the public today. Her life is in danger. And I think it'd be wise if she lays low, give Kate Middleton the spotlight. Let Andrew's two daughters have the spotlight. Lay low. Lay low. You can still do your public, whatever, royal duties, but make sure, it's media that you invite. You can keep it low. Lay low for a while. It's too much going on around you, and it's too much negative energy around you. You can't feed into it. You can't flame it. You got your father going crazy, your jealous demon-possessed sister. You have the media that's digging and digging and finding anything, and what they can't find, they're making up. You got leaking going on from inside of the palace. You got a rift because you're getting more attention with the women around you. I don't care what anyone says. Most of the problem comes with she's getting so much attention above and beyond those who are higher up in the hierarchy. And if you can't see that, you're blind. Lay low. Let Andrew's two daughters get more attention than you. Listen, when you have a star, okay, even the Bible says it. The Bible says, listen, can you take a lamp and put it under a table? No, because even when the lamp is under the table, the light from the lamp still shines. So even when a person tries to hide their shine, their star power, they still shine. But what I'm saying is you could take, and I'm dull her light or to dim her light. What I'm telling her, you're passing through a time of unsafety. There are people that want to kill this woman inside the palace and outside the palace. Damn, these devils don't wait. Okay? Lay low. Lay low. Lay low. Number two, when you're dealing with your staff, okay? Yes, you like things done a certain way. Treat your staff with respect and courtesy. I'm not saying she's not. I'm just saying make sure. Okay? I'm not saying she's not. I am just saying make sure you are courteous and respectful to them. Because even the Bible says, make sure you treat them. Because I got to deal with people who hate my guts. But I always make sure to cover my ass by how I speak and how I treat them. My recommendation is to do the same. I didn't say put your brain up your ass. I didn't say be stupid. I'm just saying know that you have enemies in the palace. Listen, I didn't stutter. Sister, you got enemies in the palace. Okay? I didn't stutter. I didn't say put your head up your ass. And I didn't say be naive and stupid. I said if you know that if you treat someone discourteous, it will end up in the newspaper and it will only fan the flames of the racists. Why do it? I didn't say you did. I said, why do it? Be shrewd. Even the Bible says, be harmless as a dove and wise as a snake. And since, maybe I shouldn't say that. So be harmless as a dove and be shrewd as a snake. Because you, right? Sister, you got enemies in the palace. Take it however you will. Now, if you choose to be pig-headed and stubborn-headed like Diana and think you're going to buck, 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 they will Diana you. In a heartbeat, they will Diana you. Be like Fergie and survive. Okay? Because Diana's dead and Fergie's alive. It tells me Fergie is one smart-ass woman. Because Fergie is still alive. Be more like Fergie and less like Diana. And, this Diana energy, Diana is Diana. No one else will be Diana. But it's too much pulling from that Diana energy. It's too much because that Diana energy led to an early grave. Okay? That Diana energy that both these women, Kate and Meghan, are pulling from, okay, led to her going to an early grave. Okay? Kate follows the rules. You don't hear Kate in Scandal. Don't hear it. She's as bland as bread and butter. Okay? That Diana energy led her to an early grave. Be more like, yes, Fergie had her scandals, sucking of the toes and all that shit. Okay? But it's dramatic about Fergie that allowed her to still be alive. I'm not saying become friends with Fergie because you have no friends in the palace. It's clear. I'm saying learn. Go back and study old videos of Fergie and her interviews. There would be things there that you could pick up. Study what happened to Diana. Don't buck that system. That is the point. That is not the kind of system you marry into, and buck that system. If Harry wants to buck that system and break the doors down, let Harry do whatever he wants to do. Okay? But if you know Harry wants to break protocol to give you something, you're his wife. You can control him. Say no. Because you get it, you get blamed. Remember, he's blood. You're not. That's the politics around that. Okay? You heard that from me. And they've already positioned the public to hate her. They're already positioning the public to hate her. And what they're doing, and now they're repositioning the public to make it look like Angel Kate is being beaten by Godzilla Megan. And Kate is so white and pure and beautiful, and Megan is the evil black dragon. If you can't see the racial dichotomy they're trying to play on here, I'm not saying you think like this. I'm showing you what they're doing. So I'm showing you how to see clearly. And when you go and you listen to the psychic readings, and most of these people, their psychic readings are off because their personal biases get involved with what they're reading. I don't have a dog in that fight. But if she's not careful, she will get killed. Don't think it's too early in the game for her to get killed. I am telling you, you heard it from me first. There's been assassination attempts on that girl. And twice I've seen poisoning right in the food. Okay? That's what's going on. She has no friends in that palace. Anyway, so I'll take your questions. Okay, let's see. All right, so let's answer some questions. Oh, okay. So Spirit Journey, I guess you figured now I was talking about Kate and Meghan Markle and the schism that's going on and how to correctly interpret what you're seeing. Meghan Markle has no ally. She had no allies going in. She had the Queen going in who was like, okay, well, whatever. She had the Queen who was an ally. But now I think she doesn't. And I think that it's important for her to let Kate and William get the spotlight. Let Andrew's two daughters get more spotlight than her. And then it's just a safety precaution. Even though whenever she goes out, it's going to be mayhem and it's only going to get worse. Do everything in your power to let Kate, let us get the second, and you take the crumbs. Just to dissolve the amount of negative energy. There's nothing to do about your father and your evil, wicked sister, Samantha. There's nothing to do about the racists. There's nothing to do about any of this. But you're at a point in time where you have no allies in that palace, and this is the kind of energy swirling around you. And I'm like, what's going on is that you're seeing less people try to understand the politics behind it, the cultural behind it, the history behind it, the racism behind it. No, all they want to think is this girl is Godzilla. And I'm like, no, she's not. She has her ways. She has her ways. She has her ways, like any woman has their ways. But why is it that Kate could position herself to marry William and no one calls Kate a gold digger? Kate waited, like 500 years to get William. No one calls Kate a gold digger, but she bags Harry and she's a gold digger. It's like, what? Whatever. Okay, so, okay, let's see. Even in the US, okay, so Renee says, even in the US, there are many regions that treat women as second-class citizens for sure. Bingo. King says, when I spoke about the poisoning, says the baby. Guys, I'm telling you, there's been poisoning attempts on that woman. I was like, when I looked, I was like, play. What? A man place in relation to women. Okay, Dennis, you have to explain that question to me. What place a woman? It determines on the relationship you have, you know. Some men like strong, independent women. Some like men like at home, just like some men like big women. Some men like skinny women. Some men like their women covered up from head to foot. Women, you know, with beautiful figures that show it off because they want other men to see what they have. Whatever a man likes, that's what he likes. That's it. So I'm not going to put, oh, this religious law and that religious law and this law. No. Some men like big women, some men like skinny women, some men like fit women, you know, some men like women who are, some women who are toned and muscular look like men. Some men like short women, some men like tall women, some men like long legs, short. It depends on what the person likes, you know. In relationships, some men like, you know, women to take charge, you know, run the household while they go out and do things outside. Some men like women who are a go-getter in public and, you know, competing with him. And some men like competitive women and want their women to compete with them. Some men don't like that. Some men want a woman to support that. The point is, when you have a relationship with someone, you got to find out what they like. And if you know you're not what they like, you have to be honest and be like, you're not what I like, and I'm not what you like. You know? Amar, I agree. I think people are awakening, and soon all of Satan's bloodline will come to an end. Hurry up. Okay. My issue is, okay, Changing Lane says, I agree, Amar. The system is crumbling, and they see people are ignoring them more and more. You see, the problem with the system crumbling is that it's a part of their plan. So, like, whenever you see all the evil get exposed, and how not the royal family, I'm just talking about in general. When you see all this evil and stuff like that, and people are like, yes, the system is crumbling. I'm like, no, because these people believe that out of chaos they bring order. So is it justice bringing the system to collapse? Or is it their chaotic magic or their chaos magic that's bringing it to collapse? So that's where I stand. Is it justice that's collapsing the wickedness in the system? Or is it that they're pouring so much evil onto the system to hasten the collapse so that they can usher in their new world system? So, you know, when I hear people say, yes, 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 the system is crumbling, I'm like, who's crumbling it? Is justice doing it? Or is it chaos magic? Because they believe in order ab chaos, order out of chaos. So that's my thing. That's my okay. Okay, just came in. Changing lanes, exactly. Sociopaths is what they are. And I believe all of them are. But some of them are worse than others. Phyllis Glenn says, I agree with you. Something on that ain't right. Yep. 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 I strongly believe that she has to. Because I think they sent her a message when they sent them to Frogmore. I was like, that's not a message. And then after they get banished to Frogmore, you see Princess Kate or Duchess Kate wearing Diana's pearl tiara. That's a fucking message. That's a message. You know? So it is what it is. It's a mess in there. I'd like to know my spiritual gifts. Several attempts on her life. Yeah. And she watched hell. I watched a quick snapshot of her. And this is someone with PTSD. This is someone going through PTSD. And all TIs and TTIs, we know what PTSD feels like. Because anyone who moves up on you and you're not expecting them, you're like, you're ready. You're like, it showed me she has PTSD. So she was sitting down on a couch, okay? Just a very recent snapshot. And I had to watch it 4 or 5 times to really interpret what I was seeing. And someone had a box in their hand and walked behind her, okay? She was already sitting, even though she was facing forward, her eyes was already to the side before the person walked behind her, which tells me that she doesn't feel safe in her environment. When the guy who was dressed, he was jet black, very handsome man, and he looked like he was in the British military or some kind of military uniform. It wasn't fatigues, it was the other one, like the cadet, I think cadet uniform or something, I don't know. It was all white military, what, sailor, because it was white. Anyway, he had this box in his hand, and he just casually, and he had this big something in his hand, gold something in his hand, and I couldn't make out what it was. And he reached forward to put the box on the table. And I immediately saw she just went like, and then did this nervous pulling back of her hair, and then nervously got up. I said, this woman is not safe in her environment. I watched it like a couple of times. And I said, this woman does not feel safe in her environment. And what was ironic, but this is Harry all the time, okay? It usually is not Meghan. Like when she's doing her royal duties and she's out in public and she's talking too long to this person, or this person gives her a gift and she takes it and they go, no, you can't. She's usually very good, very calm under pressure. But I noticed this time she wasn't. She already was looking to the side to cover her bases to make sure, like, is anyone behind me? And then when the guy just reached, she immediately and then fixed her hair nervously. And I said, this woman is not comfortable in her environment. And she's not comfortable with people standing or passing or moving behind her. That says a lot, guys. That says a lot. Don't be like, these stupid people that don't understand, these naive, stupid people that don't understand when you're looking at something, you have to read what's going on around the person. Don't just read something that tells you, oh, this person is this and that, and you can't interpret the emotion. This is why I don't read stuff about them. Because you can't really, sometimes it's blatant when you read it, but you can't really understand the emotional aspect of what you're reading. So I would watch snippets and videos of her, and this is the first time I've seen her very in her environment, to the point when I saw her this PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. I said, this is PTSD, which means there's a lot of stress going on. And the second thing is that she is under 100 pounds, like Diana, and pregnant. She was already skinny, like 100 and something pounds. How do you end up getting pregnant and end up skinnier? The same thing happened to Diana. So to me, something's not right. Okay. Phyllis, you see, you want to elaborate? Lifeless. She was here around her. Thing I picked up. And not just jealousy, a lot of deep-seated hatred. deep-seated hatred. And we all know why. Some will never admit, we know why. We know why. So that's why I was shocked when I saw twice poison. Damn, these people are ruthless. Poison. Poison to get rid of that baby or those babies. Poison those babies. Hmm? Okay, so lightning box. Glenfield is slowly losing herself. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. She's fighting to keep herself though and her identity. But they're gonna win. They'll lose. They have a track record. Fergie said it. Diana's dead. Look at pictures of Kate Middleton before and anything really special about her. I was just like, this girl is too skinny. God help me. But whatever, that's what they like. You know, but at least she had some kind of, she had this, I mean, I just think Kate is bland as hell, but that's what they want. You know, there's nothing really, I'm just like, but that's what they want. You know, that's what they want. But at least before she married him, you know, she was fun. She went out. She was drinking. She was this kind of like, you know, she had life. She had some kind of. Now I'm just like, I just don't even follow them because they're just too boring for me. But you know, some people like that. You know, Kate. I think Kate lost a lot of her. A lot of her zest. And Megan is losing hers and she's trying to fight to keep it. But I'm like, girl, didn't you listen to what people told you? They told you. When you conform from being a citizen to being a royal, you lose everything, including your personality. Didn't you listen? Okay. So, Lightning Box says, can I ask a question? Go for it. You want to ask the question, Lightning Box? All right. So Phyllis says, hold on. But Phyllis, I think all right, Phyllis. Just give me a second. Let me just oh yeah. So Phyllis, just immediately let me answer your question because you said you'd like to know your spiritual gifts. You're very gifted in but the thing, okay, let me put it this way. You do not see that you have giftings that you were born with. You believe that your giftings are given to you by your God, your religious God, Jesus. Okay? Right? Where I would say psychic, you would say prophet. Okay? But it's interesting because your gifting, and let me know what you think. Your gifting is interesting because you have this gift where when you work closely with someone, okay, not everyone has this. When you work closely with someone, okay, like a one-on-one, you can actually help heal them. But you believe that this gift was given to you by Jesus. Okay? Even though I think it was given to you from the moment you were born, and this is why you deal with things like black sheepism and not being understood. Okay? So your gift is the right people who are really in need. When they get close to you, you can heal them. The problem is that people like you or like myself or anyone who have these kinds of gifts that are not doctors are treated like shit in religious countries. they're outcasts in the church because the pastor feels like they compete. The pastors who don't have this gift feel like, oh, you're in competition with them. Okay? So what they try to do is they try to control you and control the gift. And you end up going through a lot of spiritual, what do you call this? Abuse of authority. This is something that is constant in your life when you try to execute this gift. If you try to execute this gift in a public sphere, okay, and you're not a doctor, okay, you will go through a lot of problems because the people who don't have this gift will either A, try to control it, or B, try to manipulate and control you. The first gift you have is one-on-one healing. And it's one-on-one, meaning a person comes closely to you. You can read, and you read through the heart. You're very good with that. Most people can look at a person and read their spirit. I'm not going to say what I can do, secrets. But you can read a person, you read them through the emotional aspects of the heart. When the people get close to you, you can transfer healing to them. That's the first gift. The second gift you have is the prophetic ability or the psychic ability. Your issue is you think this gift came to you from Jesus. I'm just like, girl, you incarnated with it. And the positive side is you always bless the people. Make sure whenever you bless someone and give to them, make sure the people remember you so that they don't just take from you and never give you anything back in return. That's not right. Okay, I'm not saying be like these prosperity preachers and say, oh, I bless you in the name of Jesus, empty your wallet. No. When you put out, receive. Because people will take, and don't care that you're left drained, especially when you have the gift of healing. It is not right when you take out, especially when you dislodge things like death and you remove death entities from people and you remove curses from people, that the people are free, and then you're the one, after you remove this, you're the one that have to be fighting with these entities, and they never even turn back around and say thank you or say, you know what, let me bless you somehow. Hit the road. When you give, you tell them this is how it works. I'm going to do this for you. I need you to do this for me. Why? You need to balance the energies. Okay? And the issue with Jesus, I have a lot of problems with Jesus, but one of the problems that I have is that Jesus did not, well, he did, that's not true. Well, he didn't. One of the issues I have with Jesus is Jesus had this unbalanced spiritual energy. But one of the good things that he did is he spent a lot of time alone regenerating himself. But Jesus never gave to give. And when you act and walk like that on this planet, you will be abused, you will be robbed, people are ungrateful, people, get what they want, excel, and forget about you. No. Whenever you work, especially when you work one-on-one with people and you work through the heart, you tell them these are the rules. I will help you to correct whatever you're going through, but I need help too. So you balance the energies and no one takes advantage of you. So that's what I have to say, okay, about you, Phyllis, okay? Is that true? Did I answer your question, Phyllis? Let me know. Okay, wait, hold on. Oh, okay. All right, so I guess it was true. Yeah, because that's the first thing I saw about you. Okay, there's more I could say, but one of the beast energies that you have to fight with, and I'm not telling all your business here, one of the beast energies that you have to fight with, okay, and this is my advice to you, is to close up the gaps. I'm not going to say that on here, but the abuse energy, okay, the abuse energy, the abuse beast, okay, all right, you know what I mean. I don't want to go there. Okay? The abuse energy. Okay? You get way too much abuse. And this was going on from a very early age. The abuse from an adult to a child, then the blame, you being blamed for stuff other people did, make you cry. That's one of the gaps that you have to close up. Okay? So just be aware of that. Okay, so sunny face Lee. Okay. Okay, gifts. And is the Leo Aquarius trying to come to both? Will I get a coordinator position in January? Okay, so sunny face Lee. Sunny face Lee. Ooh. You see, this is why I don't like reading people. Sunny face. Why are you blocking your energies? You want me to read you, but you've totally put up a block spiritually so I can, which tells me you're into non-traditional religions. It's either your exorcism or you're into religions. Okay? The first thing, I'm trying to look at you and I'm totally blocked. Okay? There's a block. So remove the blockage, put down your guard, and let me see you spiritually. I don't need to see your face. Just put down the guard spiritually so I can see you and I'll read you. Okay? And you're going for a position in January. Coordinator position. It's a higher position. Like you're already in the job and you're going for a higher position. Is that correct? Let me know. You're in the job and you're going for a higher position. Are you there, Sonny? Hold on. Sonny, are you there? Okay. All right. So next one, I don't know if Sonny's there. Sonny, okay. Yeah. I'm asking you a question. You're in the job and you're going for a higher position, or you're applying for the job? Because I'm seeing you're in the job. Is that correct? Good. Okay. Yeah. All right. One of the issues that you're dealing with on the job, I can't read you because there's an energy around you, and I don't want to tell all your business on here. Okay? All right. One of the issues you're dealing with a manager, there's a lot of manager subordinate jealousy. Sorry. There's a lot of, it seems to me like this planet is so out of whack. There's a lot of hierarchy abuse, like you're dealing with like so many people are just dealing with hierarchical abuse, but always remember that whenever you have people above you who are abusive, it means that the people who was above them abused them. You see? So yeah, yes, I answered that already because I saw that you were in the job going for a higher position, but you have some kind of, is it a manager who's jealous? Or like a saboteur kind of yeah, exactly. And I don't want to say too much on here, but what you're trying to do, yeah. So what you're trying to do is reposition yourself, okay? And the manager's a male, tall. Is it salt and pepper here? Salt on this side, salt and pepper here. Not the full head, but kind of like salt, lean. Is it who's the one with the salt and pepper on the, anyway? Okay. So this is what I'm seeing, okay? My advice, going into the higher position, okay, because you're strategizing yourself to get out of the bad situation, okay? My advice to you to secure this in January is the last week in December. I need you to undo, go back, a female. Okay, got it. Sorry, I was wrong on that. Does she have salt and pepper here? Go back in the last week of January, okay? The last week of December. Okay? Go into the last week of December, this month, December, and clear out. You need to clear out all of that workspace negative energy. Because if the opening is in January and that's crossing over from the old year into the new year, okay, even if you get the position, it's going to carry over. Does that make sense? Got it. So that means, so what I'm probably seeing is your future, and your boss is probably a male with salt and pepper here. Okay? The person who you know who you're applying with already? Because I got the schism with the boss from the other position. But I saw a tall man, there's salt and pepper here, and he likes to wear, is it either dark gray or dark blue suits? Dark gray or dark blue suits. I mean, all men wear dark gray and dark blue. Okay? All right? So know what? No, you don't know who they are? Yes, you know who they are. Okay, and like give me an answer, okay? Never seen him yet. Okay, so prepare to go in. Okay? Prepare to go in. All right. What I need you to do in December, the last week in December, okay, while you're applying, you got to spend time meditating on the last year and all the negative things, this negative schisms with the boss, the jealousy, these things. You have to clear that before you go into the new year. Because even if you get the position, that energy will carry over. You don't need that. Because you're doing all this work to strategize to get yourself away from that that abusive hierarchy relationship. And so many people are in these abusive hierarchies. And then when they come to a position of power, they become abusive. And that's how the cycle continues. You know what I mean? No. I mean, no, it's okay. Meditating doesn't mean that you have to take off all the lights in your room and just sit there No, meditating could just simply be taking off your phone and playing some like brain healing frequencies and just laying there for a little bit. But what you're doing is you're constantly verbally telling yourself that all that negativity that followed you, workplace abuse, all the hierarchical abuse, is not going to follow you into the new year, because these things follow you. They follow you. They follow you. The energies from people follow you. The energies from places follow you. The energies from things follow you, right? So I hope that helps. So your issue is a work related, right? And the other thing too is the other thing too is your confidence. Your confidence. And the thing is, you're skilled at what you do, but what was happening to you is job well, this person made you feel like you didn't. To rinse. 9 times out of 10, the issue in this case is not whether or not you're capable of doing the job. The thing is, you have to be able to be confident in doing what you already know to do. And that's what the person was trying to hinder. So I hope that helps. Exactly. For that specific reason, right? They were always sabotaging you and always making you, belittling you, and always making you feel like you didn't do a good job when in fact you did. Okay? Because, and also you also have to, if I can say something, okay? A lot of, in corporations, there's a lot of MK Ultra employees. Does that ring a bell? Okay? There's a lot of MK Ultra employees, especially in corporate environments. Does that make sense? Okay, last question, the Aquarius or the Leo? How did I know you were a woman? I'm not going to answer that question. Let me ask you a question. Are you a victim of MK Ultra? Sunny, are you a victim of MK Ultra? Did you grow up in an MK Ultra family? Are you there? Okay, let me answer another question. When she comes back, I'll answer that. Who's next? Hi, Ray. I have a question. Okay, I'm lost on what I should do as far as moving forward in 2019. Okay, so big dreams. Okay, the first thing that you need to do, big dreams. Hold on. Okay. Big dreams. You still have ties to your church? That's my first question to you. Big dreams, are you there? You still have ties to your church? Hi, Crystal. Okay, you guys. We're good, we're good, we're good. Come join us. I'm answering people's questions, but they like disappeared. So I'm like, okay, so spirit journey. Let me answer you. Is my amulet issue due to individual muscle not that doctors can't find it? Okay, you answered your question. Doctors can't find it. That means it's witchcraft. 2, etheric implants. Okay, etheric implants. Thanks, Venetia. Spirit journey, there's something called etheric implants. But the thing is, I'm not gifted in removing etheric implants. Okay? You got to find people who are able to remove etheric implants. I'm not gifted in that. The abdominal pain is implants. The issue is, do you have cysts? Because the implants and they look like cysts when they are in fact implants with tissue that grows around it. So if a doctor is looking at it, he may look and say, "Oh, you just have fibroids, or you have cysts," when in actuality it's implants. Okay, but your issue, if you don't have cysts and you don't have fibroids, you're dealing with etheric implants, and that's not something I'm capable of removing. It's not something I'm good at. Okay, and they just totally blocked out my video. Why? They shut down my video. Okay, big dreams, you're back. Good. Okay, so and Sunny, you're back. Okay, so let me deal with big dreams because I don't want to be all over the place. Okay, Sunny, sorry, big dreams. When did you leave? Okay, when did you leave? And as usual, if you left, there was abuse associated with it. I already know. Did you leave? When you left, did you spiritually clean yourself? Okay, guys, these energies travel. That's what I'm trying to show you. When you go into a place and you are abused in those places, whether it's a church, whether it's your home, whether it's at work, whether it's wherever, when you travel like me with the slander campaign, okay, when they began to slander me, well, they actively made sure it traveled everywhere. Okay, so when you left, okay, so big dreams, when you left, did you clean your energies? Sunny face, to answer your question, Were your parents involved in the occult? Okay, you want to know about these two men who left. But I'm like, why does she want to get back with men who are psychologically abusive? Okay? Guys, they're really messing with my videos now. Okay, so big dreams, I need you to answer. Sunny face, I need you to answer. Do you know if your parents were involved in the occult? Specifically, is it Caribbean? It's like the Caribbean? Because I see the Caribbean. Okay? Mariana. Okay, Maria. Okay, good. 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 So big dreams, you said you did. That's good. Did you renounce these churches when you left? Did you renounce them? And I mean the energies associated with them. Why am I telling you this? These places harness energy. And when they gather up that energy and unleash that energy against you, if you don't know how to fight it and push them back, guys, Christians practice witchcraft, you know. Do know the Bible is a book of ritual. When they harness this energy, especially when the pastor or the deacon hatred at someone, all begins their energy and direct it at a person. And if you're not this, up your life. Okay? Whenever you leave these, they're really messing up my videos. They're really messing up my videos now. Yeah, they're really messing up my videos because I'm really beginning to like hit home. So now it's like glitch, glitch, glitch. Okay. All right. So, um, big dreams, I need you to know that. I hope you can hear me. I need you to be able to spend time really cleaning and when someone seeing some of the sacrifices you made, the money you've given them. I'm telling you this for a reason. Because most of your assaults are coming from them. Then practice Christian witchcraft. That's what it is. They use the Bible as a spell book. And when they level these things at you, it's okay. So I need you to understand. You see what I'm saying? And let me guess, he was in the church, right? Big dream, big dreams. He was in the church, right? Let me guess. Okay, let's start there. Begin to spend time renunciations. He's renouncing giving them money, giving them your time and your they just shut down my live stream. They just totally. Ah, okay. I'm gonna have to cut off the live stream over because they're glitching my videos like crazy. Because yep, they're glitching it like crazy, like crazy. No, you gotta renounce all of it. If you're not going, you've got to renounce all of them because you don't know if it's not, don't know if it's the people in there doing it. Because you gotta remember, God, think about what I'm saying. Think about what I'm telling you. What, okay? It's a place where people give a lot of powerful energy onto their God. It's not just, think about this in the spiritual realm. See it from a spiritual perspective, right? What do people do in church? They go there to God. But a lot of times, what do you see happen? You see that there's a lot of fighting and people taking sides and politics and outcasting this one. And when these people, especially those in positions of power, find someone who they feel threatened at, their mind control break congregation. And if you're naive and you're giving your money and your time and your prayers and your energies into this, and you keep taking from you and giving this, and you're not getting anything back in return, this is like a bee going all, and then you run to the altar and you keep sacrificing your life, and all you get back in return is hell. That's what virtual transactions that's going on. You have to renounce all, take everything back. I mean, I could really get into this, but they're gonna, if I begin to really tell you the truth about what goes on in these churches and why I will never set foot back inside of a church, they're just gonna be glitching my videos. Yep. Tat Sanchez, if you want a consultation, the price is $120 and it's 1 hour. $120 and it's 1 hour. Okay? They are glitching my videos like crazy. Crystal Renisha, okay? When you're in something, you never see. Remember this. There was a blind man who came to Jesus. There was a village that brought a blind man. I'm just going to teach you like this. Who brought a blind man to Jesus. Okay? And they said, heal him, he's blind. Heal him, he's blind. Jesus ignored them. And they said, no, heal him, he's blind. So Jesus took the blind man outside of the village and he touched his eyes. And Jesus said to the blind man, what do you see? And he said, I see men as trees walking. Jesus said, Then he touched his eyes again. And he said, now what do you see? Your Bible never tells you what the man saw. You know what Jesus' response to them was? What did Jesus say? Jesus said, don't go into that village on your way home. You can never see how true something is until you fully separate yourself from it. I'm going to give you your own Bible to prove what I was saying. Your own John the Baptist, your own Bible tells you that he wasn't found in the temple. Your own John the Baptist stayed in the wilderness, eating locusts and honey. And when the priest came to him and said, "Are you the Messiah?" he said, "No, one who's greater than me is coming." How is it that the people who had their foot in the temple, who was supposed to be the eyes of their God, couldn't see, but the one who was out in the wilderness could see as clear as day? Sometimes, when you really want to see something for what it is, you take the wisdom however you will. Okay? Because I'm not here to argue about religion. Okay. So Tat Sanchez, you have my email. You can get my email. If you want to contact me for a consultation, that's fine. Okay? So I want you to understand something. When you are trying, you cannot find healing in a place that is abusive. Anyone who is working with a psychiatrist, with a spiritual healer, with a physical healer, with a doctor, the first thing they do is they tell you you have to if it's child abuse, if it's sexual abuse, if it's, abuse a woman, whatever. The first thing they tell you for safety is separate yourself from what's abusing you. And when people are programmed, because be honest, Christians are programmed. When you are programmed to certain things, when you have clauses in the do not forsake the gathering of the saints, healed in the same environment that you're being abused. Because you can't see properly. Okay? It's like when a person has cancer, the doctor has to isolate the cancer. I isolate myself from certain people because I know it will not be good for me and good for my health and good for my sanity. You cannot be healed in a place and in an environment that is abusive. So it's either you want healing, and in order to do that, it is wise to fully extricate yourself. It is wise to fully separate yourself. Take time to understand yourself. There's nothing wrong with taking time away from everything. Working on healing your mind, working on healing your body, working on healing your spirit, not dealing with people from the environment that caused you the abuse. You cannot want healing with one foot in the environment that abused you and one foot outside of the environment that abused you. You will never be healed like that. Okay? You have to fully pull yourself out. Take it for whatever you will. Sure, Tat. Okay, so Tat asked, can I ask, how can one regain good energy and goodwill to people who in return maliciously wanted to leave you with their, oh, that's a good one. I partially answered the question. Okay, one of the good things, Tat, that's a really good one. How can one regain good energy and goodwill with people who in return, okay, first of all, You can't. This is why I said what I just said. That's like having one foot in the door in the place that abused you and the next foot in the place where you're trying to get healed. You cannot get good energy from evil ass people. You can't get anything good in return from people who hate you, from people who want to use you. What you can do going forward is you have rules of engagement. What does that mean? When people come into your life, you tell them the rules of engagement. Like, for example, I don't like dishonesty. I don't like lying. I don't like cheating. If I help you, you help me. That's what I tell people. If I help you, it may not be money. I'm not asking for money. What I'm saying is, if I help you and I need help, I expect if you have the capacity to help me when I ask. Setting the rules up front. Do you know why so many people get a religion? Because they give and they're taught not to expect in return. That's why. And this is the oldest psychological manipulation in the world. And people get angry when I break through these Christian lies. But I don't care, because I had to heal from the onslaught of Christian, narcissistic, demonic, psychopathic, homicidal abuse. They want you to give, but never want you to receive. There's something wrong with that. When you give, you have to let people know, look, I'm in a position today to give. I can help you, but these are the rules. In the future, if I need help, help me. That's rule. You got to set your rules up front. If you want to stay under Christian dogma that tells you give and don't expect anything in return, people will use you. If you want to stay under Christian dogma that tells you when people abuse you, forgive them, you will get abused. And sometimes you'll be killed. Okay? Hold on. Okay, so I was answering one question and then some craziness happened to my phone. And then all of a sudden it needed to uninstall an app. Okay, a lot of the abuse that goes on in the church is MK Ultra. And it is a bonding. Okay, it is bonding. If someone does not give you I have to go to the basics of relationships. If someone doesn't give you the respect you give them, let me go to the even basics. There is nothing wrong with you having self-respect. And when you go into a lot of religions, they don't want you to have self-respect. Because a person who has self-respect is not going to take their abuse. Okay? A person who respects themselves and have standards, they can't manipulate. This is why they specifically choose a specific kind of person to save. And there's nothing wrong with rehabilitating someone who's on drugs. There's nothing wrong with rehabilitating prostitutes. There's nothing wrong with them rehabilitating themselves. But what I'm saying is this: the culture of abuse, these are the kinds of people they look for. Because when you help them, they'll be loyal to you, even to the point of where you abuse them. Let me show you some biblical scriptures. Okay? Let me show you some biblical scriptures about some of the really questionable things that you need to pay attention to. And a lot of the times, when you get abused, it is monarch, mind control, abuse. And they use the master-slave relationship in the Bible, the master-slave relationship that you find in the Bible, to sanction your abuse. Okay? Listen to this. Slaves, in reverent fear of God, submit yourself to your masters, not only to those who are good and considerate, but also to those who are harsh. Is that right? This is what you want to go back to, and you claim you want healing. And when you go back to this, you have to abide by this. And it calls you, tells you, slaves, obey your masters, not only to those who treat you good, but also to those who treat you like shit. Let's read again. All who are under the yoke of slavery should consider their masters worthy of full. Are these people crazy? This, you want to be healed, but this is what you put yourself under? You want to be healed, but these are the laws that you put yourself under. All who are under the yoke of slavery should consider their masters worthy of full respect, so that God's name and our teaching may not be slandered. So you must submit to slavery only so that God could keep his name. Okay, let's keep reading. Slaves, obey your earthly masters in everything. In everything? And do it. Slaves, obey your earthly masters in everything? And do it? Not only when their eye is on you, and to curry their favor, but with sincerity of heart and reverence for the Lord. Obey your masters in everything? Everything? Masters, provide your slaves with what is right and fair, because you know that you also have a master in heaven. It doesn't say, hey, listen, master slavery, this is not right. this is what you want to go back to in order to be healed? If a slave has taken refuge with you, do not hand them over to their master. Oh, look, sympathy. Okay, that's another one. Oh, look at this wonderful one for you women. If a man sells his daughter as a servant, because the word servus in Latin means slave, she is not to go free as male servants do. Wait till you read the context of this one. If a bull gores a male or female slave, the owner must pay 30 shekels of silver to the master of the slave, and the bull is to be stoned. What? The choice is yours. Yes. Tat, I wasn't answering you. I was answering someone who say they wanted healing, but still believed that they could be abused inside of a church and healed inside of a church at the same time. And I was saying, no. If that is where you were healed, it is better and wiser for you to stay away for a while, heal yourself, build yourself, discipline yourself, learn about yourself. And then if after you're healed and you feel better about yourself, you want to go back, then go back. But know when you go back, those people don't change. They just get more wicked. Okay, so anyway, Tat, to answer your question. Okay. All right. You cannot deal with people who use you. You have to have self-esteem. You cannot give to people who are malicious. You have to starve them. If they are malicious, vindictive people, don't give to them. Don't, because you won't get anything back in return. And whenever they give you back something, it's with malice and it's toxic. You have to find new and better relationships. Yeah, so what, Tat, you have to spend time studying people. And when people show you who they are, oh, I'm a victim, I'm in need, I'm this, I'm that, and then they play upon your emotions and get you to give and get you to share and get you to this and that. And then when you do, stab you in your back. You got to spend time studying people. And it's an ongoing thing. You understand? And one of the best ways is up front. You tell people up front what your rules are. Tell people up front what your rules are. And most sociopaths, psychopaths, and narcissists, when you're upfront and you tell them what your rules are, they run away from you because they don't like hard work. Okay? Religious narcissists, corporate psychopaths, they don't want hard work. They like it easy. They want people who are deluded to thinking that they are nice and wonderful people, okay? So that when they victimize their victim, no one will believe them. Okay? Okay, so Kissa, all of them live in California? Okay. Kissa, this one is for you. Okay? Kissa, read this. Sorry, YouTube this. Okay? Okay, so Kissa Kitty, I just answered your question. Kissa Kitty, I answered your question and I typed it down below. Hi, Shay. Okay, let me see what else. What if you are around those people because you don't want to be? That's a difficult one. Lay low. Okay, so big dreams. What if you're around those people? All right. So what you have to do is you have to lay low, okay? Play stupid, and then you got to look for the opportunities to get out of the mess, okay? You got to lay low, play stupid, and look for the opportunities to try to get you out of the mess. But the most important thing is work to get yourself out of the mess. And you have to get away from abusive people, okay? Abusive people will damage the hell out of you and then blame you for them abusing you. And this is why you have to have self-respect. Abusive people hate people who are confident and have self-respect. And it's very difficult for you to, because a person who has confidence and self-respect is not going to allow someone to abuse them. I hope that answers your question. And is he coming back for reconciliation? Okay, so Surreal asks, can I ask a question? I would like, well, this is the thing. This is the thing. When you think about someone, okay, that person tends to think about you. When you think about someone, that person tends to think about you. The question is, are they right for you? Surreal. Is that person right for you? Surreal asks, I would like to know if my love interest feels the same way about me and is he coming back for reconciliation? When you have a relationship with someone and you think about someone, that person thinks about you. So you can automatically know the person's thinking about you, okay? Because it's energy, especially if you've been with them and stuff like that. The question is that person right for you? And if they were right for you, why did they leave? Yeah, of course. Of course. Of course. Okay? So of course they're real. They're thinking about you because you've been with them. You shared time with them. You understand? But the question is that person right for you? You see what I'm saying? And that's the most important thing. It's not whether they come back. You don't want a person to come back and use you and then leave you again. You see, I'm not one of those people that will straight up lie. You understand what I'm saying? If I don't see anything, I tell you flat out, I don't see anything. Okay? If I see something and I know I can't share it here because it's an open line, I'm not going to do it. Right? But here's my question to you, Surreal. If the person comes back, are they the right person for you? Do you want to be used and then they leave again? Right? Right. So you don't want someone to be thinking about you because they had a good time with you and they just want to come back and have another good time with you. And then when they're done, they leave. Okay? So I hope that helps. So this requires clarity of thought and clarity of mind. Don't think about this person with your heart and your emotion. Think about them exactly. Exactly. So think about them with your mind. Think about the relationship with your mind. Is this right for me? Are we a good match? Is this person, if you like people to be faithful and you like monogamy, is this person faithful? Are they monogamous? Are they trustworthy? If something happens to you, can you rely on them? Or are they going to get out of Dodge as soon as something happens? Not because they're thinking about you, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're supposed to be together. I hope I answered that question. Anaish, I love your name, by the way. If my family's okay mentally, how's my boyfriend? How my boyfriend and I will be in the future and my career. Okay, Anaish, are you young? Because I'm just picking up like a really young energy around you. Are you young, Anaish? You seem young. Are you there? Anaish De Leon? Okay, so Anish, I'm answering your question. Anytime I answer someone's question, they disappear. I knew it! I was gonna say 19. I was gonna say 19, and I was like, hold your tongue. I was gonna say 19. Yeah, I was like, whoa, what's this baby energy around me? I just, yeah, you're a burst of fresh air. My goodness. It's funny because, it's like, you see how amazing this is? As soon as you asked the question, I was like, oh my God, she's just such a burst of fresh air. And all this, a lot of young energy around you. And that's the beautiful thing about you, Anaish. People say you're a breath of fresh air. Am I wrong? You're vivacious, you have a very, very youthful uh, uh, look, but you have a very youthful, loving energy. And that's a really good thing. And that's a really good thing. And the good thing about that youthful, loving energy, hey, thanks. Hablas español? Yeah, yeah, Michi, not tonight. But let me finish with Anish. Yes, exactly. I was about to say that. I was about to say that. No, I gotta stop watching the comments and read because it's throwing me off. Anaish, I was about to say that. I was about to say that because you have this beautiful, vivacious energy. And the problem is when you like that, you attract two kinds of people. You attract the energy vampires, and then you attract. And the funny thing is, when you're vivacious, bubbly people, and you have a lot of that vivacity, that bubbly kind of like, woo, you tend to attract energy vampires. The other side is if you're wise, if you discipline yourself, I don't want to watch the comment section because I don't want to be influenced. Let me turn back on this so you can see my face so you don't think I'm reading the comments. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, my eyes are red because I'm like halfway sleeping. Okay, yeah. So Anish, my phone is not near me, and I don't want you to think I'm looking at my phone. So you can type whatever you want. Okay. So yeah, so when you asked that question, the first thing I was like, whoa, she's so vivacious. This energy and youthful. I was gonna say 19, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna say it. The beautiful thing about you, young lady, is that you have this, you're very beautiful, but you also have a beautiful energy around you. Okay? And you're young. So you got to be aware when you're beautiful and you're young and you have a beautiful energy. There's two kinds of people that would be attracted to you. My advice to you, Anaish, okay, is even though in terms of boyfriend, please get a boyfriend around your age. Okay? Get a boyfriend around your age. Don't get one that's a little bit older. Okay? Because you haven't lived enough to be able to deal with adult behavior. You see what I'm saying? Is your boyfriend 26 years old? Anyway, you understand? When you have like an older boyfriend, okay, remember their thinking pattern is different from an 18-year-old. Okay? I'm not trying to help you make your decisions in life. I'm just trying for you not to get used. The problem is, if you go with boys your own age, their thinking, a lot of them can be challenged, but there are really, 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 if you look for them, sometimes they're nerds, okay? But if you look for them, you can find very nice boyfriends at the age of 18. But because of your personality, what tends to happen to you is older men are attracted to you. And the last thing you need to do is get used. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay, now you can leave your questions. I'm going to look at my phone. Oh, good. Am I heading in the right direction for success? Okay, who's 26? Because the number 26 just popped into my head. Do you have a brother who's 26 or sister who's 26? Who's 26? Okay, so people tell me I have a beautiful, okay, but I feel that people take advantage of me. Okay, I don't know who's 26 besides my aunt. Yeah. Is your aunt 26? Is your aunt 26? No, you're not there? Okay. How's your relationship with your aunt? Is she good to you? Is it a good relationship? Because the number 26 came up and I'm like, is your boyfriend 26? Who's 26? Your aunt is 26. Do you have a good relationship with your aunt? Okay, so when you answer that question, I'll get back to it. Okay, am I headed in the right? Okay, PJ Lav. I'm trying to get all these questions. PJ Lav, am I headed in the right direction for success? PJ Lav, PJ Lav. PJ, are you studying technology? Are you studying technology in school? Technology? Is that it? IT? Am I wrong? My aunt is amazing to me. It's my other aunt. I don't have a not so. So the one who's not 26 is not nice. The one who's 26 is nice. Okay, I have to stop being all over the place. Okay, guys, I have to stop being all over the place and focus because I'm picking up you and I'm reading you and I'm okay. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop. Sorry. I have to take one at a time and then close them out and go to someone else because I'm not getting when I ask a question, I'm not getting the answers, and then I jump to someone else and it's like and I'm messing up a lot. Okay, Anaish, let's wrap this up. Exactly, exactly. Because when I'm going from one person and then I say a question and then I go to another person and it's like and I mix up it and I'm like, okay, let me finish with you, Anaish. I'm sorry. I'll get back to you guys later. Let me just finish this, do it one step at a time because I'm making too many mistakes. Thank you. Thanks. Because I'm literally like, and it's not good. No, it's not good because you're literally like crossing. Like you pick up one person and you cross the other one and then you cross. And it's like, okay, no, that's not the way to do it. Anaish, last question. The aunt who's 26 is good to you. That's interesting. 6 and 2 make 8. And then you can get 8 with 2 4s. It's funny you have 2 aunts. The other aunt, is she 26? That's the question. Okay? So when you answer that question, I'll move on to the next question. Okay? Because the number 26 came up. And when I saw the number 26, I saw the number 26 and it was not positive. It was not positive when I saw 26 come up. So I assumed, this is why I need to do one at a time. I assumed the 26 was tied to a relationship, not knowing that the 26 was tied to your aunt. You see what I'm saying? And this is why I need to slow down because, come on, how the hell do I know your aunt is 26 years old? Right? Of all the numbers? Okay. And the other one is 36. Interesting. Okay, 36. The one that doesn't like you is 36. Okay, so 26. Be aware of when you get close to 26. Okay? Because 26, for some reason, there's I don't like to when you're 25, take my advice. When you pray over the number 26, okay? And anything in your life when you get to 26, do it now. Destroy any evil around 26s in your life. So when you enter into 26, or your boyfriend turns 26, or whatever happens in your life at 26, it doesn't cause you problems. Because 26 popped up in my mind and it wasn't positive. That's why I was like, are you with a guy who's 26? What is this schism? Let me ask you a question. Last question. Do men older than you are attracted to you, particularly 26? Last question. Anaish, is there any guy who likes you or liked you that was 26? So is there something with this number 26? Okay? All right. All right. So that's that. That's that. That's that. Okay, sorry. Okay, PJ. PJ, are you sorry? Uh, are you going into tech? Okay. Okay. Anna, you so we just clear that out. Leave it. Whatever you do now. 26, pray over that number. Okay. And if there's anything negative, dispel it from the number 26 in your life, in the life of your boyfriend. It could be it could be a major decision. It could be a fork in the road when you get to 26. Okay. It could be a relationship, problems in a relationship. When you get to 26, it could be something life changing. The number 26 came up and it was not a good number around you. So that's why I associated with a bad man. I don't know. But you could change it now. Okay. You can change the negative aspect of that number in your life now. Okay. And turn it into something positive. Okay. PJ Lav. Sorry, I really need to slow down. Okay. PJ Lav. Are you going into tech? And Michi, sorry, I don't verbally speak Spanish, but you can write it and I can translate it in English. Okay. So Michi is asking if I speak Spanish. You can write it and I can translate it in English. Okay. Okay. Really? And you don't like technology? So why do I see technology around you? Like with computers? Why is there a lot of IT and technology around you? Am I totally off? Not that I know of. I'm bad with computer. Do you have family members who is in IT? Because there's a lot of computer science around you. PJ Lab. Wow. That's so interesting. Thank you so much. Okay, Anais, you're welcome. PJ Lab. All right, let me take a step back. Again, are you a TI? Are you a TI? I hope not. Yeah. Okay. Scratch that. Now I understand why I see the computers around you and the technology and the IT. Scratch that. Okay, I need to take a break. Hold on. Sorry. And sorry. Okay, so sorry. I don't wanna bring that up. Scratch that. I don't want to bring it up. I am so sorry. Okay? Because I have respect for people. I'm sorry because I immediately saw tech and I was like, is he going into tech? You're like, nope. I'm like, okay. Am I going crazy? Why are there all these computers around him? Sorry. Okay, so sorry. Sorry about that. What is your question? I'm so sorry. What is your question? Sorry about that. Okay, I'm a person and I wouldn't, if you don't want to go into that, that is your private business. Okay, so I apologize. Stuff that I was seeing was R&M. Okay, so let's switch that. With attack? PJ Lab. With attack? Oh, what I'm seeing about this technology? because of the issue it's making. I wonder if I'm you see, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy, because I just looked at it and it's just like, what the hell is all this technology? What? But I'm messing up the interpretation, and that's why I need to slow down. Okay, I see. You see, I get it. You see the connection now, PJ? You asked me a question about the direction of your life. The first thing when I looked at you, I was like, what are all these computers doing around him? Is he going into IT? You're like, no. I said, okay. I said, that means I'm not. So what's wrong with me? I was like, okay, is anyone in your family in IT? Hold on. Is anyone in your family in IT? PJ, if you wanna discuss this, is anyone in your family in IT? Is anyone in your family in IT? And do you get along with that person? Anyway, so your issue is remote neural monitoring. Okay? Sorry. Okay. No, good. Your issue is remote neural monitoring. Okay, because the first thing when I looked at your question, all I saw was blasted computers. Okay? Computers. And I was like, what the hell are all these systems and these computers around you? Is he in IT? But now that I realize what I was seeing around you was this. Okay, so I'm going to be careful. Okay. Okay, Mariana, just give me a second. Let me just clear this out and get this out there. So your issue is RNM, remote neural monitoring. Okay, because this would be the reason. But not just remote neural monitoring. Hold on, let me just go into you personally for a second. Okay, it is messing up how you are trying to determine your life, how the direction, like it is causing confusion about the direction that you want to take in your life. Okay, so I was wrong. You're not going into IT, but there's an IT component with a lot of goddamn computers. And I realized the connection is remote neural monitoring. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever had surgery? Okay. Have you ever had surgery or been in a hospital for an accident where you've lost consciousness and you don't know what happened? Or have you ever had surgery? Okay. Remember, there's a lot of issues around going in. The point is something happened, you ended up in the hospital, you either had to have surgery, emergency surgery, or you were out. Were you ever in a hospital in that manner? Yes, I've had surgery. That's where this is coming from. I'm so sorry. That is where this is coming from. Okay? All right? That is where this is coming from. Because I said, what the hell are all these computers? Okay? So it's like, okay, I take a step back. All right, so you've had surgery. Was it an accident? Was it your knee? Or was it an accident? Okay, I'm trying to be clear. Okay. Emergency, sir. Yeah. 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 Okay. My friend, here's what I advise you to do. If you can find someone who's an electrical engineer that can tell you the right jammer to get, okay? The right jammer or the right, what do you call this thing? Shit. What the hell is this thing called? It's called a, shit. Oh God, what the hell is this called? EMP. Ooh. A right EMP, because I'm searching for one as well, okay? Not all EMP devices can disable implants, but some of them do. Okay, and someone told me about a jammer, but they didn't tell me the right one because those jammers are so strong they can shut down all electronics. Okay, this is the one I advise someone to get, but you have to work with, you got to get someone who can build an EMP device. The point is, you're implanted. And something that I saw that you go through is manipulation. A lot of like a manipulation of your life. You see what I'm saying? Like whenever you try to do something, they would manipulate your life. You see what I'm saying? To try to, but that's this program. That's this program. You see, I wasn't thinking about this stupid messed up program when I saw you. Okay, so it wasn't in a frame of reference. Okay, so they implanted you, but that's okay. You got to work to get it shut off. The only thing that can shut down these implants are EMPs or jammers. Okay, and you got to find someone who can either build you an EMP device. Some people, the magnets shut it off. Some people no. Okay, but EMPs shut them down and jammers shut them down. Okay, but it's a matter of finding the right one. You got to get this done. If you have money, this is what I advise you to do. I advise you to do digital forensics on your computer and on your cell phone. Digital forensics on your computer and on your cell phone. It will cost you about, I think, the full forensics. It depends on where you are. Some will start at 2,000, someone goes up to 4,000. I mean, it depends. You just got to find the right people, right trusted people to do it. They will tell you who's running those networks. Okay? But the most important thing is to free yourself from this. And I should have thought of that immediately when I saw the computers, but my mind wasn't on this messed up, crazy ass demon possessed program run by these devils. Okay? Okay. So I hope that, did that help you? Oh, it didn't really answer your question. Okay. Oh, it did help you. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Okay, so that's the physical thing you should do. That's the physical thing that you should do, okay? Now, what you need to do in order for you to become successful, now let me look into your life there. You see, this is so like, it's crazy because when you try to look at some people, the evil that's some people, they're so clear and they're so free, and you could just look at them and read them and just laugh, and some people, these people are so wicked that they trap. You know what? I need to do something for you, okay? I need to actually, I don't even have the strength to do it right now. To tell you the truth, I was gonna go do something for you, but I don't have the strength to do it right now because when I'm done, I gotta recuperate myself, and I'm halfway like, um, but breaking up some of the energy around you, because all these electronic attachments that's hooked up to you, it's really, really, really blocking your natural energy. Okay, I shouldn't be seeing computers around you. I should be seeing you. And that's a problem. That's a serious problem. When a person's energy, and you look at the person, you're like, are you in IT? And they're like, nope. And you're like, why are there so many computers around you? And then you realize it's this stupid program. The remote, you get V2K, you get the V2K, right? And the remote neural monitoring, it's probably obvious you do, right? So some of the things I would do is I would do some prayers to break up that synthetic technological energy around you, because they are literally sucking your life. They are literally sucking your life out of you, that you can't even see you. You're seeing computers, and that's not right. That's not right. These people are devils. Okay, so I hope that helped you. Oh, in terms of going forward with your life, okay, still try to pursue what you want to pursue, but it's unclear what you want to do. Like I can't, there's nothing coming up. I don't see doctor, I don't see lawyer. There's nothing coming up. Like what is it? Farmer? You want to be in full green agriculture? Green? Do you want to be in what is it? Something green? Green farming? Urban farming? I mean, this is crazy. But doctor and lawyer, I'm seeing something non-traditional. That's that's my advice. Still what you want to do in your life, but you have to break up this synthetic electro technological energy that's just hooked up to you and really manipulating your life, because you can't even see your own, I can't even see your own soul. And this is what's happening to you. Okay? You have to, you're in the arts, dance, and writing. I didn't even see that. And I'm an artist. I didn't even see that. Now I get why they. Now it's beginning to make sense. Now it's beginning to make sense. Now it's beginning to make sense. When did you have this accident? When did you have this accident? Okay? Was it a year ago? Was it 2 years ago? When did you have the accident? Virtual God, we're doing readings. I paint also. When did you have this accident? '16. Okay. And that was how many years ago? And you were into the arts at 16? Hold on. You're psychic. You're psychic. Yeah, that's the number that came up in my head 10 years ago. You're psychic. Let me ask you a question. You were gifted as a kid. When you were in junior high school, your teachers, you're gifted. You're gifted. I'm not ability to teach by esoterically gifted. You getting where I'm going with this? Yes, I know. Now I'm beginning to see you. Okay? This is why I need to focus sometimes, because now I'm beginning to see you. And you exhibited those gifts early. Especially sometimes I want to see some stuff and I'm like, were your parents hippies? Anyway, you exhibited these gifts early. Okay? You have psychic abilities. Okay? You know what I'm talking about. You do. And one of the things, the reason why, sorry, your accident was a setup. Sorry. Now tell me if I'm going too close, okay? Tell me if I'm going too close and I'm getting too. Your accident was staged. I'm sorry. You exhibited a gift when you were a kid. It is a mental capacity. It's part. Let me ask you a question. I'm trying to put this into words. It's not the ability to move stuff with your mind. You have some unique gift. And that's why they did this to you. Your accident was set up. And they wanted to get control of you and get control of that. Does that make sense? Let me ask you a question. Exactly. Yeah. I want to say, don't laugh at me, but I want to say, um, let me put it this way. If you get angry, things happen to people. And if you're happy, good things happen to people. I want to say you have the ability to move stuff with your mind. Okay? But because this is the United States, we can't really say stuff like this. Okay? I'm trying to balance my words here because of the audience. Okay? I'm a Caribbean. I understand these things. But we're in the United States. They don't. All right? So they set up the accident to implant you. You exhibited this gift very, I want to say 6? Is it 6? You've always had this gift, but there's some, is it at 6 years old? You realize you had this? You know, I'm beginning to realize a lot of TIs have very powerful gifts. Whether it's moving stuff, reading stuff, seeing stuff, changing timelines. I want, these people are, anyway, these people are straight up devils. Yeah, was it at 6 years old you realized what you had inside of you? I want to say it's like this, okay? I'm trying to put it into words that it would make sense because remember we have an audience here that may not understand these kinds of giftings and they automatically think because a person has the gift where they can change energy and atmospheres, they're automatically a witch. I want to say 6 years old, okay? And I want to say you realize what's at 6 years old, you internally realize, and I think there's something about your parents that I can't quite figure out. It's like they know and they're involved. Anyway, all right? Okay, so thank you. That means I'm on, thank you. You understand? I want to say that it's just something about your parents that's not sitting right with me. It's that they know and they're involved or they know and they unknowingly didn't understand this and you know I don't want to go there like this on here but something like they realized this, they couldn't understand this and they thought it would be better. Let me ask you a question. Did your parents take you to see like psychiatrists when you were young or stuff like that? You understand? Because parents have to be very careful when their kids have gifts and the kids are not they're not acting like traditional kids are, because this is a society that kills children with gifts or treat them like shit and think they should be riddled with pharmaceutical drugs when actually the child is just gifted. Okay, that's just the society we live in. And sometimes the parents, because they don't understand, sorry, your mother didn't realize what she was doing. I am so sorry. She didn't realize what she was doing. She didn't realize what she was doing by... You want to change the subject? I don't want to go there. Okay, because then I have to tell the truth and I don't want to go there. You want to change the subject? Okay, I feel bad. I feel like I have to tell you. Your mother recognized the gift inside of you early. She didn't know how to deal with it. She thought it's something like, is my child possessed? Because America doesn't teach parents how to deal with spiritually gifted children. The church deals with them as demon possessed, and the psychiatrists drug them the hell up, and the schools call them ADHD or autistic. Your mother didn't know how to deal with it, okay? And took you to a psychiatrist. A lot of these psychiatrists are Satanists. I didn't say all. And a lot of them can see. When they encounter gifted kids, can we change the subject? Because then I have to go, when they encounter gifted kids, okay, a lot of them they drug, but really special ones get sold to medical science. This is why parents, especially in the United States, have to be careful when your kids express very powerful spiritual gifts. Okay? It is normal. The kids are not demon possessed. They're not autistic. They're not ADHD. They're not crazy. And when I was growing up, right, I had a couple of people in my family that didn't want me to come to the United States. And I didn't understand why. And it was when I got older, they told me, they said, as a kid, you exhibited certain gifts. And we realized the United States was not the place for you. Thus, I ended up in this crazy ass program. Okay? Some kids, they put on drugs. Some kids, they sell to science, especially black ops science. And if parents are not skilled at dealing with kids who are spiritually gifted, because they don't have spiritual schools for spiritually gifted kids, they have schools for physically gifted kids. Like if the kid is a genius in science or math or art or this, they have schools for that. But there aren't schools for kids who are spiritually gifted. And parents sometimes make the mistake and think, because especially in America, it's demon possession. And say there's something wrong with my kid, and then they take them to one of these psychiatrists, and some of these psychiatrists are straight devils. Not all, some of them. And they have connections with some of these research facilities, and they sell that goddamn kid. Okay? That's why I don't like to do psychic readings. Okay, sorry. Change. Okay, but on a positive note, you can break up some of this. Your mom was ignorant. Let me reverse that, because I'm not going to put out all of that out and not show you how you can. But you can break a lot of this. Okay? You can break a lot of this strong. You can break this. Okay? You can break all of this out of you. There are ways to break and dismantle this. You can. Okay? You can. So just don't think that your life is hopeless. Because I'm not going to leave you thinking your life is hopeless. No, it's not. You can break and dismantle a lot of this. Okay? So see some of my videos on technological trafficking. All right. Personally at 5. I'm sorry, I saw 6. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so he said it was at 5. Sorry, I saw 6. 6. Okay, so let me see. Okay, cool. Who's next? That's so cool. Okay, I agree. This makes sense. I'm trying to. Okay. Okay, so Jada Lomax, you wanted to ask a question? Guys, okay, I can't keep going on like this. You see my eyes is turning red. All right. Last question. Jada Lomax gets the last question. Okay, so hold on. I hope I answered. And it's so funny. Oh, Derek, sorry, Derek was before. Oh, okay, Jada. Okay, sorry. Stop going back and forth between people. All right, sorry. Let me stop. What's your question, Jada? Let me focus on you, and then I'll do Derek, and then I'm done. Okay, so Jada first, Derek last, and I wanted to do a 2019 reading, but I have to regroup my energy. Okay. Um, sorry, Jada. I wanted to know if I will meet my husband soon. PJ, you're welcome. Okay. There's ways to break a lot of that. There's ways to break a lot of that. Okay. So don't be hopeless. Yes, you can still have your life. Yes, you can still have success. Yes, you can still have a future. Okay. But those handlers, they gotta go. They gotta hit the dustbin. Okay. Jada Lomax, husband. Are you actively looking? Are you looking or are you waiting? Jada, are you looking or are you waiting? Because it seems to me like you're waiting for him to come. And I'm like, if this is what you want, you gotta go look. But when you go look, you gotta have standards. Are you looking or are you there? Exactly. I knew you were waiting. You're not gonna get it waiting. You have to look. Because the first thing I saw you do was you asked me this question and I saw you sitting. And when I saw you sitting, it tells me I was like, she's waiting. But how is she supposed to find someone? Ah, you're Christian, right? Are you Christian? Because in Christianity, it's the men who look and the women who wait, right? Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, I picked up the Christian energy. Yeah. I was like, how is she expecting to find a husband waiting? And then I was like, oh, she has to be a Christian. Because in Christianity, the man who finds a wife, look, but the women wait. How long have you been waiting again? Okay, I don't want to give you advice outside of your Lord and Savior. Okay? But you feel like your clock is ticking, and I'm like, what are you waiting for? But if I tell you that, then you go and you check the Bible, and you're like, but the Bible says the way, but my clock is ticking. Am I wrong? You want to start a family. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? You want to start a family. Am I wrong? You guys are the answers. Yeah, yeah. You can't start a family if you sit and wait. Okay, do you want me to give you the truth? Even though I'm not going to tell you go sin, but what I'm going to say is this: you're a Christian. So I have to think of the Christian laws now because I'm like, how is she a woman? She wants a husband, but I'm seeing her sitting. And then it hit me. I'm like, Christians, she has to be either religious, either she's a Muslim or she's a Christian. But the problem with that is if you're sitting, they're going to pass you by. Okay? Ah, I found the scripture in my head. Remember the Bible with Ruth? What did Ruth do? Ruth, make sure he's not married, eh? You know how you Christians are. Make sure he's not married. But what did Ruth do? Ruth took a shower, put on her best clothes, fixed her hair. Women, there's nothing wrong with looking beautiful. There is nothing wrong with being beautiful and feminine and fixing your hair and putting on makeup. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? If you want to attract a man, you got to be attractive to men. Okay? If you are Amish, you got to dress like an Amish woman to attract an Amish man. Okay? I didn't tell you walk into the church wearing, I'm just saying, make yourself attractive so you can begin the process of finding one. Because if your clock is ticking and you're like, because I'm seeing tick, 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 you're like, you're ready to start a family. I'm like, you got to begin the process of looking. You can't find it waiting. Because if you stay waiting, I'm telling you, 10, 20 years will go by and you'll still be waiting. You got to actively look. But this is my advice to you. When you actively look, you got to have standards. My best advice to you is character standards first. Okay? You can always work on money, but it's very difficult to work on character. Okay? You can always work on getting more money, but it's very difficult to work on character. Okay? So character standards first. Not a liar. You're not a crook. You're not a perp. You're not a devil. You're not a lizard. You're not a reptile. Because we have a bunch of those running around this place. Okay? So character standards first. And be honest with yourself. Because in Christianity, you're taught to overlook faults. Let me tell you something about faults. When you're in love with someone, faults, you overlook them. But then those same faults that don't bother you when you're in love, when you're having problems, those little faults get on your nerves. So really begin to look, take the time, have standards, character standards. You don't tolerate things like abuse, okay? You don't forgive abuse, okay? Have character standards first for the person. Money you could always work on, but it's the character of the person, okay? Number two, you know what to look for. Make sure they, have a job and they work and they're trying to, whatever. But the best bet, my dear, is character standards first, okay? So I hope that helps. Position yourself. It'll come. Position yourself. Take the time. Position yourself. Take the time and, look in the right places. Look in the right places. Sometimes the right place might be the church. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it might be a library. Sometimes it might be a bookstore. Okay? The point is, look. Okay? Look. And there's nothing desperate with looking. Okay? Character standards and spend time really understanding the person. When you meet someone, go to their Facebook page. Their Facebook page, you'd be surprised what social media tells you about people. Look at their social media page. Look at what they post on social media. Hey, the government does it. Because it tells you a lot about what's in a person's mind. So the first thing I saw when you asked me that question, and I honestly looked, is I saw you sitting and not moving. And I'm like, she's waiting. I said to myself, why is she waiting? And I was like, this doesn't make sense. How are you asking me about finding a love, but you're sitting in the spirit realm, not going anywhere? And then it hit me. I said, there's a cultural sensitivity here. Because most American women don't sit and wait for a man. So there's something I'm missing. And then it hit me. I said, religion. She's either Christian or Muslim. Because those are the only bunch of women that wait. Religious women. Then I said, she's Christian. You see, I'm showing you the process. Ignore me. Okay, so did that help you? Did that help you? Jada, did that help you? Right? Oh, no. Oh, sorry. Oh, Mariana. Okay, I'm so sorry. You're next. Oh, my God. Mariana asked me a question like a long time ago. Sorry, Mariana, I apologize. Oh, my God. Are you there? Mariana, I am so sorry. Are you there? Are you still there, Mariana? You asked me a question a long time ago. Let me answer your question. Let me go back. Sorry. You see what I told you? I'm all over the place. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, so Derek, Mariana. Let me get Mariana's question. I'm sorry, Mariana. I didn't mean to forget you. And Mariana has been with me since the beginning. Hold on. You see how far back your question is? Hey, hey. Sorry. I didn't forget you, honey. Um, Hold on, girl. Mariana, where's your question? Okay, Mariana, can you post your question again? Because now I can't even. Oh, great. Thank you. You're here. Sorry. Your question is so far back, I can't even find it. I didn't mean to forget you, girl. I am so sorry. Okay. So, uh, thank you. So, Jada, one second. Jada, did that help you? If it did, say yes. Good. And then, Derek, I'm going to answer your question. But Mariana asked a question. I have to answer her because she was here from like a while and she asked me a question, but I don't remember what it is. Mariana asked the question, honey. Okay, Jada, that's good. That's good, Jada. Mariana, you want to ask the question? Okay. And Derek. So when you focus on me, what do you see? Good or bad? And all messages. Also, I appreciate you taking the time and energy to read me. Mariana asked the question, honey. Okay. Okay, Derek. Okay, Derek, and then Mariana. Let me see what I see for Derek. Hold on. Interesting. Hmm. You're interesting, Derek. Give me a second. Ah, okay. Good, 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 good. Okay, good. Mariana, where are you? Okay, so Derek. So I just took, this is actually the first time I've ever done this. So I just went to your channel, right? The first thing I did when I looked at you, when I looked at your spirit, I said, I was like, it's really interesting, your pose, right? But then I went to your channel, okay? I haven't done that with anyone else. For some reason, I said, let me look at you because you're new. Hold on. Hold on. Oops, oops, oops. Hold on. Okay. Derek, you have a really big, really big channel. How the hell did you find my channel? Anyway, okay. Okay, great. Mariana, I'm going to come to you. Number two, you're a sweetheart. Okay. Um, Sometimes I just don't want to go there. Uh, I'll tell you the good. You're a sweetheart by nature. Okay. Um, are you definitely brought me to you tonight? Can I be honest with you? How are you coping with social media celebrity? How are you coping with social media celebrity? Okay, social media fame. Okay, how are you coping with social media fame? Yeah. write it. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna write it. Okay. I'm gonna write it. Okay. I'm gonna write it. I'm gonna write it. Okay. Read. Read. Okay. Read what I just wrote. I don't want to speak those words. Okay. If you need time, I'm just gonna clear out the negative and put you in a positive position. Okay. If you need time, a way to take care of yourself, always remember you first. Social media fame is not worth it. Okay? Because these social media streets where people fight to be at the top, okay, and people are dirty and grimy and nasty and jealous and miserable, when one down, there's 10,000 hungry social media whoever to kick the door down to replace you. Okay? The first thing I need you to understand, yeah, because I just, okay, I needed, it's so funny because I could just look at the question and pick the person up. But something said to me, no, this one, do something different. Go to their channel. You're very sweet, very loving, but social media celebrity is something, okay? And social media celebrity sometimes could like kind of be like celebrity, but it's equally as dirty and as mean as celebrity. And it can cause the person to question a lot of things in their life. Now, do you get a lot of trolls and hateful people? Okay. Do you get a lot of hateful people and hateful comments from people who just don't want to accept you the way you are, or, yeah. I didn't want to start off on that foot immediately, okay? Yeah. And it causes you to doubt yourself, causes you to doubt how you feel, and it causes you a lot of mental anguish, which is why I tell people, I say, look, if a person identifies as a lesbian and they're over the age of 18 and it's consensual, leave people alone. Don't go around abusing people and causing them emotional duress. A person being LGBTQ does not take away from your sexual identity. Okay? Leave people alone. Okay? Leave them alone. Everybody has issues. And it's not right for a person to put problems on someone else. Now, putting problems on the wicked, you know? So here's what I have to say to you. Take care of your health. Okay? Because social media fame is a beast. It's a beast. Okay? It's a beast. Social media fame is a beast. Okay? And that beast is equally as wicked as being famous in real life. The only difference is maybe it's less money, and two, you don't get the kind of support that celebrities get, because celebrities get a lot of support to deal with celebrities, and social media, you don't get the kind of support. So my advice to you is, because a lot of the emotional bullshit that you go through, this is just dealing with the negative part, is because of jealousy and stupid idiots on social media. Okay? Learn to use these three buttons: delete, block, and mute. Okay, they're your best friends. Delete, block, and mute. They are wonderful, 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 wonderful buttons. Learn to use them. And in real life, learn to delete, block, and mute people who don't believe in you, don't respect you, and don't treat you well. The other thing is that you're searching. Okay? You're searching. And I don't know if you're searching for like spiritual growth or answers, but I think it's more like answers and spiritual growth. And you try, it's funny because I see like you're trying to find your way. It's interesting, you know, because when I look at you, I see that you found your way and you found your avenue and you have a lot of people who follow you. But at the same time, I'm looking inside of you and I'm like, you're doing some deep searching. You see, it's so interesting because when a person sees the mountaintop, they want to get to the mountaintop, and then they get to the mountaintop, and it's kind of like, this is it? See what I'm saying? So you're searching for deeper things and deeper meaning and more to life and stuff like that. That's life. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong for finding more meaning in life, and there's nothing wrong with searching for deeper meaning in life. Just be careful what you search for, okay? Because this world has a lot of good in it and a lot of goddamn evil, okay? So that's my advice to you. So you're searching. All right. So okay. So Derek, hold on. Okay, I will. I just feel horrible for all the stupid. Yeah, because that's yeah. Yeah, it's okay. First thing, Jackie says that there's a crisis center number that you can call. Okay, Derek, if you feel comfortable, but no, anytime you're going through negative public feedback, you need support. Okay, whatever you want to do, you need support. Okay, number two, it's good that you want to change this world. All the good people in this planet want to change this planet. Okay, the realities are it's hard because the evil that controls this planet. Okay, so here's what I say: the little you do every day is good enough for the planet. You don't need to do anything big to change the planet. It's the little things you do every day that makes the changes. And just be careful who you help, right? So Jackie says there's a crisis center number that you can call. Derek, never, whenever you feel like these internet demons and trolls and androids and iBots, like they're getting to you, get support. Okay? Get support. Get support. Never stay alone. Get support. And this world is good enough in that no person on this planet ever goes through anything alone. There's always someone who's been through it, right? So get support. So the number is 1-800-231-1127. If you feel comfortable calling that crisis number, call it. If not, call a crisis. Look up a crisis number in your city or your state or whatever. Get help, get support. Okay? Derek, I realize that and I'm grateful for it. All right? But the most important thing is from me to you and from us to you, whenever you're going through anything, know that you're never alone and get support. Internet trolls are the worst. So maximize the use of delete, block, and mute. Okay? That's what those buttons are there for. And report. Just a little laugh. Okay, before I forget her again, Ajia gets pissed at me. Hold on. Okay, Mariana. Okay, so Mariana, I didn't forget you, Mariana. Okay, question. Okay, Mariana. Mariana in person, because you with her. And Mariana, I don't know if we discussed, but girl, ooh-cha, and I'm halfway tired too. You know what your issue is. I'm gonna write it. I'm not gonna say it, right? Marianne, I'm here. Shoot. Hold on. Thanks. And you know, I wanted to go in 2019. Marianne is the last one I'm gonna do. Come on, Marianne, come on through, and let me go into 2019. Let me go into 2019 because I wanted to prepare you guys because 2019 January is gonna start off with a bang. You know, January is gonna start off with a bang. You there, honey? That's your problem, Mariana. You know, and your thing is you're from a, I don't want to say these words, so just read, right? Read. Because your thing is, yours is deep, honey. Yours is not surface. You know what I'm saying? Yours is not, oh, I went to this job and one of the devils and the job is like, no, your thing is bloodline, honey. Okay? Your thing is woo, straight down the rabbit hole. Okay? We're reading Mariana now. Okay? Yours is bloodline. And girl, let me go deep, okay? I'm not gonna go too deep. But girl, yours go back to the founding. Wait, first of all, I want to see yours go back to the founding of this country. Are you there? Are you there? Did you hear what I just said? Are you there? What is your connection to the? You get where I'm going with this? You get where I'm going with this? Do you have family members? Okay. You said you're in the UK. This is what I picked up though. Do you have family members in the original 13 states, the colonies? States. Colony. That's your bloodline. Sorry. You see why I don't like doing psychic readings? You have direct, because not every American today have direct lineage that came to the America. You see how deep yours go? Okay. Not only that, you also have another line that is in France. Okay? And your line is directly, and I keep wanting to say two places. Pennsylvania is the first one that popped up, and Virginia. Okay? The original 13 colonies. Okay? But then there's another line in your family that is a cross in France? Are you in Brittany? In England? Yeah. Okay, another line. Okay? You, my dear. The French Caribbean or the English Caribbean? My dear. Okay? Honey, is it, why do I, you know what? Can I say something? Okay, let me not break up. Honey, are you direct descendants of one of the founding fathers of the United States? Sorry, I just have to ask. Are you direct descendants of one of the founding fathers of the United States or one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence? Okay? Because, you know, your issue, girl, your issue is deep. Okay? Are you there? Have you ever done your ancestry? But you do know about your American line. Do you know about your French line of your family in France? You do know you're in England, you have a line in the Americas at the early stages of the founding of this country, this United States, and then you have a line that goes into France. Okay? But you understand you have a lineage that's in the United States, one of the original 13 colonies. And I keep seeing the first thing that popped up to me was Pennsylvania. I hope Pennsylvania is one of the first ones. And then I saw another one, Virginia. Let me ask you a question. No, I'm not going to ask that question here. I can't do that. Okay, let me get to the point. The point is, your issue stems from a very, I wrote it down, okay? Oh, I wrote it, okay? Because I don't want to say it, okay? And it's complex, okay? So I can't just read you like this. But I'll say this. You come from a very old, I mean, not really, really old, but your family and parts of your family was involved in, you know, here in the Americas. And I want to say, you know, slavery, but I don't want to say it. Um, exactly. Because it's an old, old occult bloodline. Okay? Okay? You're dealing with hundreds of years of this. Okay? You're not dealing with like 2, 3 years of this. Okay? Not dealing with like, 2, 3 years of this. No, honey. You're dealing with hundreds of years of this. Okay? Hundreds of years of selling. Okay? Of this kind of stuff. Okay? So it's not that I didn't want to read you, it's that I totally was reading someone else and I forgot. But I just wanted to come back to you. But you and I know what you're dealing with. It's yours is deep. And yours is not just deep in one country, you're deep in several countries because of how they branched out and then took that, because they took it to the Americas. And what I saw was that they were here in the early stages of the United States. So that's why I said to us, like, do you have family members who were presidents or signers of the Declaration of Independence? Then the other one I saw was back to France. I was like, do you have family members in France? Okay. You said, I thought so. What was that in reference to? So do you know your ancestry at all? Or parts of it? Do you know your ancestry at all? And do you know all, like at least parts of it? Okay, right? So answer me and people can keep my energy extremely right. Okay, I don't want to answer another question. I want to try to go into 2019, but I'm so like Mariana. So I need to wrap it up. So let's answer some questions. But we know what your issue is. Yours go back hundreds of years. Okay, it's you know that's highly possible. That's highly possible. That's highly possible because yours go back a long damn time. Long damn time. You know. You know. You were born in England? You were born in the UK? You know. So anyway, so that's that. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, no more questions. But I need you to answer me, Mariana, so we can. Thank you so much. Yes. Okay. And your family's from the Caribbean? Okay, yeah. So your issue, Mariana, is that whole. So they FMs and you know you know and they okay, and people don't just join that yesterday. I mean, today they join it But what I'm seeing about you, yours is deeply rooted in this. Deeply rooted in this, and that's years. You know, right? And I just don't want to discuss that openly here. Some things you share openly, some things you just don't do. Okay, we don't want to go into that here, right? So I'm gonna wrap it up because I'm halfway drained. I wanted to do a 2019 reading, but I'm gonna do it like another day because I'm like, all right, guys. So thank you for joining me. And the next time we're gonna do a 2019 reading. That'll probably be next week because I got assignments I needed to wrap up. Okay, so anyway, so yeah. So the next time we meet, we're gonna do a 2019 reading because it's kind of difficult because I made some mistakes because I was like reading this one and this one and this one. I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? And I was mixing up people, mixing up energies, mixing up. I was like, no, focus, one question at a time, follow through, wrap up the other person, right? So, did everyone get help? Was everyone helped? Everyone who had questions answered, were you helped? Was this, was it beneficial to you? If it was, excellent. Thank you for joining me. And next video, we're going to do 2019 because I'm out of 2019 now and I came in like, okay, so 2019, I'm going to leave you with this for 2019. 2019 is interesting because, I mean, I don't want to tell people the normal stuff like, okay, they're burning down California. We all know that. I don't want to tell people about earthquakes. We already know that. But 2019 is an interesting year for sound. Sound. Whether there's sounds coming out of the earth, okay, like the earth groaning, and people are like, what the hell is that? Okay, the underground bass is groaning. Okay, So 2019 is going to be a year for unusual sounds coming out of the earth and sounds people are hearing in the heavens. The Christians will say it's the trumpets of God. The conspiracy theorists are going to say the drilling for the underground bases. 2019 is going to be a year of sounds. 2019, I mean, every year is a year since Donald Trump came into presidency that, they're going to ramp up, like, trying to kill him. Because if you look at Trump, okay, he's the 44th human president, well, male president, man to hold the office, sorry, but the 45th president. 4 fours, 8. 45, 9. Okay? Numerically, geometrically, what's his face? McCain died and his numbers came up to 8, 2 fours. George H.W. Bush died and his gematria numbers came up to 4 and a 5, 9. Trump is the 44th person to hold office, but the 45th president. 2 fours and a 4 and a 5. Some say, and I'm going to keep this, I'm just telling you everything that's coming. So 2019, look out for strange sounds from the earth, like the earth is moaning, like I'm moaning, like, people are going, where the hell are these sounds coming from? Okay? Trump is he has to be careful. Okay? Some say he's a part of the swamp that he's draining. Some say, he has 1 foot straddled, 1 foot in. All I'm saying is, I looked at some numbers, and I'm no master at gematria, but I realized he was a 4-4, as in the 44th person to hold the office, but on a 4-5, the 45th president of the United States. What's interesting is McCain, his numbers, when he died, added up to 4-4, and Bush, the one who did like to President Trump, he was a 4-5, which was a 9. I'm like, what the? And what next year? 2019. 9, 1, 10, 0, 10, 10, 11, 12. 12, 2019. 2 and 1, 3. That's a 3. Okay? So 2019, unfortunately, is a year of assassination. Okay? Whether it's assassination of character or actually physical goddamn assassination. He has to be careful going in on a number 9 because you already have Bush leaving on a 9 and McCain leaving on an 8. And he is a 4-4, which is an 8, and a 4-5, which is a 9. And I'm like, is anybody else seeing this? World events. Okay? World events. What else? I gotta go back to 2019 and come back because half the stuff I was coming in with, I can't even remember. What else I see? So, all right. So next video, when I come back to 2019, I'll bring it because I really can't remember right now. All right. So we'll chit chat next time. Thank you for joining me. So on a presidential level, he's a 4-4 and a 4-5. McCain was taken out on an 8. I have the numbers here somewhere. And George Bush died on a 4-5 and his numbers added up to 9. And Trump is directly 4-4 and 4-5. Those are death numbers for McCain and Bush. And Daddy Bush did not like Trump. And it is alleged, I'm not saying this, don't blame me, It is alleged Daddy Bush took out one US president and tried to take out another. And when Trump was running for office, it is alleged Daddy Bush was like, I don't know what that means. All I know is Daddy Bush died on a 9, his numbers added up to 9, and Trump is a 9 in office, 4-5, 45th president. McCain died on an 8, his numbers added up to 8, and Trump is the 44th man, 4-4. So I'm just like, what? Anyway, so all right, guys, let me get out of here and go sleep. So we'll talk later. Thank you for joining me.